Marcinho do outro lado, faz a smoke, pancada, acerta o HS, vai pra
Asta hiding in powerhouse now. Timing is everything, but time is short for Derek, and he finds the swing. But Asta was quicker.
And Loud manages to take map 2 in a fascinating turn of events. We're going to go to our decider. It's Lotus. You can see both teams getting ready to go. But before we started the matchup, one of our analysts, I won't say who, said that this series was over and that 100 Thieves were going to 2-0. Now, I don't know who said that, but if I had to make an inclination, I think it was Mimi. Mimi, we decided to punish her. Okay, because...
Whoa, what do you mean we? Okay,
in a clown costume. Yeah, it was actually Doug and Balla collectively deciding that this was what we were going to do. Mimi, do you regret your decisions now?
No.
No?
100 Thieves should have won bind.
Yeah, but they didn't. It's 13-8.
No, I didn't think Loud would play that comp.
Yeah?
I really like that comp.
Yeah, it's a good comp.
I think it's really good. The one-ways are really good.
Yeah. You want to talk about Thieves? Thieves has been, he was pretty
played
great.
Duelists.
Played Duelists?
They fixed it.
Yeah?
It's too bad. It's the last match of the season and they're out.
But they did manage to pick up the win. Salty Mimi's a Mimi I was not prepared for.
Twang in your voice. You got a little clown twang in your voice.
I think part of it is, it's like just hitting your nose.
It's the nose. But that being said, though, I mean, Doug, Thieves did definitely, show up and gave, this Loud team a little bit of a reinvigoration, if you will, as we get ready for the decider.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he also played Duelist on Ascent, and they got rinsed, so I don't really know. I mean, whatever.
It's hard to put into this, right?
Like you're the clown. He was good. Give him the credit. He was really good.
All right, Rudolph, calm down a little bit.
It's not Rudolph.
Bozo.
Yeah, but
it's not Bozo either.
You know what, though?
That's actually an offensive stereotype about clowns. They were all named Bozo.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
How many other clown names? What other famous clown do you know?
A clown can have any name.
Bozo. Oh wait, that's.
You can't just say right after she said it was an offensive stereotype about clowns.
Oh, man.
You can't do that.
Your boy is cooked. All right, well, let's go ahead and get ready for our next map. Something, though, to note, and part of the reason why, Mimi was so confident in her prediction is, the bind 400 Thieves in the past has been really good. But now, as we see, it has not been what you would want it to be. This was a map that 100 Thieves leaned on a lot going into, a lot of their big matches. That's certainly going to be something you need to clean up. Isn't that right?
And after Shanghai, too, that was where they got dismantled in the playoffs there. And ever since...
You feel like people have just figured them out?
They figured it out. And I think also people are starting to find something new on that map as well to start to play. You like that or the EG comp. That Loud
really
played
good.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, Mimi.
The one-ways?
It was really good.
The one-ways.
I already told you guys.
Yeah.
I like
You got
the
a one-way
one-ways.
on your nose.
What does that even mean?
It's just funny.
There's no comedy to the things you guys are saying.
There really isn't, but to us, it's fucking
Are you
hilarious.
even accredited?
Huh?
Are you even accredited?
Am I accredited? No, I have a credit card, though.
Everyone has a credit card. It's America.
Are you accredited?
Yeah, I went to clown college.
You went to college? Oh, this is deep lore.
Oh, well, I am a licensed ordained minister, so joke's on you. Went to ordination school.
You went to the internet.
And me and Doug are esports
I went to
casters.
Mazomania.
Lotus is coming up next here for the decider. Curious what we can end up getting out of this. Maybe, some neon.
That's a shot. Maybe, that's a lot.
Is Neon in Tui's agent pool?
I have a question. Is there anything declarative that you?
Yeah, do you want to make a declarative statement right now
before this next map starts?
Who's gonna win?
Anything overly confident and declarative and authoritative?
Say what you
best player.
No, I'm not.
You don't want to.
We all learned a lesson today, did we not?
Dude, Loud broke me.
Yeah, for real, man.
100 Thieves broke me.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Loud.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
It wasn't even a bad game. It's just okay. All right.
I'm happy.
It wasn't, but it's the.
I'm happy for you, Mimi.
I never say things like that.
I just hope we've.
Why is the cloud so depressing?
I just hope we've learned the consequences of our actions.
My email is mimi@csa.gg if you want birthday parties. My rate is very competitive. It's very competitive.
It really is. She's doing, she's got a good business going.
Juggling, stilts.
You do juggling.
The balloons, the animal balloons.
I can.
Yeah, okay, all right. So what kind of, like, if you had to pick something to, like, what would you, like, can I give you some stuff to juggle
Surely
right now?
there's something we can find.
Juggling?
Yeah.
Can't do it on the spot.
You can't do it on the spot, but isn't that like the whole point of a clown? To like
do things on the spot?
Well, to like perform, you know, and like to juggle. I mean, that should be easy to you. You went to clown college. Did they not teach you juggling?
That's not real, right?
I have something to tell you.
Not real.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I would ask.
I dropped out.
You dropped out of clown college?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, in which case,
Wait,
then
so
I
does
guess
that
you
mean-
missed the juggling course then.
Wait, does that mean you're not accredited?
So you're not accredited if you dropped out. If you dropped out of college, the math ain't mathin', Mimi.
It's on
You're
my
just a fraud.
CV.
You're just.
What else can you do?
No one actually calls the references on your CV.
That is true. No one famously calls the references.
That's how I got here.
That is how it works. In case you're wondering.
I swear, every person ever asked me, "Oh, can I put you down as a reference?" They might call you.
Yeah, I've never gotten a call
not a
for
single
reference.
one.
Wait, you sound like a homie when you
We
say
had a
yes.
quick
Yeah, of
technical
course.
issue on stage. We're going to get it sorted out. So you're just sticking with us for right now.
I've had a bigger issue.
What's the issue?
Just all of this.
Just all of this? But you did this to yourself, Mimi.
I've never made a statement like that before.
Yeah.
That's actually true. You are the most neutral person.
The fence I love.
and this is what happened.
And I'm going to go back to the fence after this.
Yeah.
I hope both teams have fun. That's my big thing.
Maybe think about how much of a peak it could be the next time you say something and you're right.
Yeah. So
You gotta think about
before I
the
toss
high.
it to a commercial break, declarative statement. Go.
I'm not bozo.
She's not bozo. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, oh, she's going home. We got Agent Select Map 3. She's done. She's cooked, bro. Let's just.
Well, the bind woes for 100 Thieves continue, but there's still series to be played, folks. Now a decided map, it's going to be Lotus. And for 100 Thieves, on the line is a placing as high as 4th in terms of postseason seeding. And for Loud, a chance to leave some egg on the face of 100 Thieves on their way out the door wouldn't hurt.
And a chance to once again be the Brazilian team that places highest for their region, which has literally never not been the case unless they lose this final map to 100 Thieves here on Lotus. A map where last time we cast 100 Thieves on Lotus, just last week against EG, I could not believe the statistic that they did not play Lotus since Kickoff. I couldn't believe that.
They left one of the drafts all year.
It's such a popular map, and they weren't even banning it. It was being floated. They just never played it. So here we are again seeing them. They looked impressive against EG, who were running that Neon comp that Loud were running at a time, but they swapped over to the 2Es Rays.
We're going to have that here, of course, once more. And again, something we saw in that EG game, something that 100 Thieves are very good at doing is getting Cryo on like a laid wrap around the attacking side through A while the B side was actually being hit. They went B a lot in that game. They threw a one-way smoke in towards Baby Door and ended up trapping 2 EG players. Cryo was 5-1, first kill, first death on Omen on that particular map. Not a flashy game from him, but one where you had a lot of high impact presence in those rounds. 100 Thieves will be starting on the attacking side again, so we're going to look to see that inclination maybe to hit B fast and cut off any reinforcements by taking control of the upper part of that site.
Yeah, that was definitely a style of play that worked particularly well against how EG like to play their defense, though Loud are playing far more default comp here as they're gathered up towards A, ready to fight with 4. Paranoia in the hands of Pancata, and it's sent out immediately, as is a flash from their breach. Sadak, wow, they are pushing so far forward. They want to take the fight too, though.
They're going for it. Cryo, though, meets Sadak. As soon as he rounds the corner, that defensive pot for Loud falls in a screaming heap.
perhaps hoping they would just catch the one. It would just be the lurker there. Not the case at all. They just run to their own demise as Boostio has already slipped so far into this site.
He doesn't know where the camera is, though. He has gotten ahead of it, at least. That's now been removed. Boostio wants to take a fight on the side. He crouches into it. Pankala falls.
Quite awkward, but finds that kill nonetheless. It all comes down to less in this 1 versus 4. Has been playing better in this series, specifically on map 2, starting to come to life here. Some weak players, not out of the question.
Gonna go for it anyway.
His caliber, but will be shut down. Cryo already 3 posted up on the board for him. His stats haven't been as incredible when playing the controller agents so far in this stage. I mean, we think back to Shanghai, specifically on Vine, when he's playing that Brimstone, dropped 30 or whatever that was on foot, was going so crazy on that map. We'll see if he can find a bit of that form, picking up the Omen now.
Like I said, really active in the mid to late round, playing on his own, up against EG. Again though, same story. Bang wants to operate around that lurk wall at 8 in these early rounds. There's gonna be a fight here for Mound. Tui standing out here in the open. The one-way makes it hard for anybody to refrag him.
Caught very early, and Asuna now halfway towards that showstopper fairly early on in the game. We'll be going for some more kills in this round, no doubt. Taking point with the Stinger. No reason to not, as the Boombot clears out close.
Loud anticipating there a ping off the seaside, maybe over towards A from 100 Thieves. Realizing now that that might have been premature as Les tries to repost up here in Halls. Punished there for that peek and is unlikely to be able to do too much in this round unless he's able to group up. Take a 1-2 swing.
Deals a bit of damage, but takes a lot in return. As the rest of Loud slowly gather up to go towards the C site. Intentions to deal as much damage as possible to the 100 Thieves side.
Boostio here just holding Halls. Pretty comfortable here with that Marshall, as it is, of course, a no armor side for Loud. Arsenal considering maybe asking for a bit more here. The famous Bucky for Coenzine. Unfortunately, can't do anything in this round. Pretty straightforward stuff here. The rest of Loud grouped up just to perish to the blast, ideally, but 100 Thieves will go hunting for them. Might be a little bit of a play off this flashpoint of Sadak. No, the fault line, excuse me. It's just a no-scope for Boostio.
What? And actually, that's the rifle loss. That was the Vandal. Oh, Asuna going to be able to recover that. And 4 on the board there. Has the showstopper already now to bring into the bonus round. With the rifle recovered, they'll be buying up more around it. This is essentially a full buy for them with an ult. Opportunity to begin very strong on Lotus.
Yeah, it's like it's a fully bought up bonus, essentially, with the one exception of that one Bulldog. Getting almost ahead of that fault line here. That rifle dropped was the one that Arsenal was able to recover just towards the end of the round. So, buy up here for Loud. Fault line instantly off the rim. Arsenal are affected by it, but not bothered otherwise. It's actually Sadak giving that space up, getting back onto the side.
Early haunt as well from the defensive fade. Coenzine gets broken straight away. As this a rebel control is going to be at least temporarily maintained by 100 Thieves. More than temporarily. Loud have posted up in some passive positions, perhaps ready to flood back in if an A-site hit were coming through, but 100 Thieves want to at least feign a pivot towards B, where Pankata attempts to lock down Baby Door. Here comes the showstopper. Doesn't even matter. Boostio catches out Pankata.
And there it is. There's that upper control. 100 Thieves now showing us on this B hit. Showstopper ends up being completely extraneous to the round. Even though Pankata had a great little double paranoia, he couldn't line up any of the 100 Thieves players as they made their way through the door itself. Just looking dire for Loud. Sadak needs to go big here and only have the 1-for-1. Molly will slow Loud up on the plate through Link. And Cryo can post this corner. It's a save. It's going to have to be.
Between these two remaining Loud members, less than 2Es, not a single credit to their name. Holding on to these rifles of the utmost importance to try and swing things back in this following round. Be the heroes for Loud with the better weaponry.
Here. Trip placed on the ground. Cryo would love to sneak past this and get a gun Less out towards Mount. He's going to hear some of that action, but won't be forced to give up his weapon. So unsuccessful gun round ultimately for Loud. But they at least keep 2 of those rifles heading into round 4.
Man, as of recent times, a lot of 100 Thieves rounds have been very quick. Boostio calling a lot of fast plays. And again, it's just this rapid take of A, immediate pivot into B, catching Pancata, forcing him to retreat, and then Boostio picks the perfect timing to swing out of main to catch him.
Did that heaven control, that upper control rather, on B. 100 Thieves had it basically dead to rights.
With those rifles saved, Loud have bought up around them, full investment into this, and what they did buy up around them were a couple Guardians. Not the best, but they'll take it as 100 Thieves sort of meander over towards the C site with the trips lie in wait.
Bang took some damage at A there, a little bit of an exchange. Cowanzine got hits, but just been from that wall decaying him down briefly, so.
An immense amount of presence shown from 100 Thieves, and now Boostio, he places that alarm bot so far up towards the entrance.
There's a cam here at Mount, though. A deep one from Les.
And that Prowler comes through. It spots Boostio. Tui spotted by a Prowler.
Arsenal jumps back off the fault line. Sardak was ready to play off that. More delay here, down to 45 in the round.
And that aftershock gives time for the wall to come back up. Some of that energy on it recharged.
Prowler finally clears Loud. They decide now to give that space up. The B plan's still online. Boostio can go through door and at least have some presence from main. He opens it now, trying to feign it at least, and in he comes.
And it might just be this split onto Les, but he shuts down the first. Just needs to survive now. Sadhak picks up a second. Oh my god, a third! Just taking straight dual swords rubble towards Baby Door.
Loud bend but don't break. They give some map control just to take it back. Sadhak eventually falls, but it's been a heck of a round from him. And Bang eventually will be neutralized. Loud get themselves on the board.
Ice cold from the IGL. The vibes are a lot better for Loud, a lot more positive. And it's a lot to do with him on that second map. He stepped up individually. You can see he was bringing that more positive energy to the team, and that's just some straight up confidence. I mean, Les already found one. He gets that. He says, no, I'm swinging back in.
Boostio takes that fight there over towards B main as well. Basically, it's just a 1v1. There's no presence in towards Baby Door from 100 Thieves. He's just hoping to open up an avenue for 100 Thieves and loses out to Les there. Again, deep mount presence for Pancata. Has the TP out, but he's left Les in his wake. Both of them back away there behind that cyber cage.
Does allow them to make that full cross towards the site. Again, 100 Thieves. But their default taking this mound control, placing that alarm bot from Boostio deep. And falling back off if they need to, using the information from that to know that Loud haven't pushed down C-Mound.
That cam is important for Les. One use of it, it'll get destroyed after it, but he will be able to tell if 100 Thieves are committing to this or not.
And this time the Prowler goes in very deep onto C. And here's that fall off from 100 Thieves. Giving up the space, but not giving up the information due to that alarm bot. Here comes the pivot back towards A.
Cryo might try and play for the orb here and be able to TP and join the rest of 100 Thieves if they find something at A here.
Tui's now the one Baby Door. Full rotation from Loud, top side of the map. You see that right now, all headed towards A. And now after making that noise on A, 100 Thieves rotating back to C. What a masterfully called round from Boostio. Slowing things down massively, which is a mix-up from the very fast pace that we're used to seeing from their team in this series. Completely works the map, completely works Loud.
Bang here's in a great spot. He knows there's a Cypher King on the other side of the wall from him. So he plays it safe. He is everything. Can set EU up here for an angle over towards Mound, but this neural theft is going to reveal the fade. Playing off the rest of the team. And now Sardak wants to make the retake now behind this rolling thunder. It's going to be Boostio picked up first. 2 years wants to step up, knows there's still a player back behind him, and the EU just wants to be a nuisance. Cryo, though, the only player for the Thieves left on the side, and he's brought down. What a clean retake from Loud.
Those timings were immaculate from Loud. Picture perfect. Les again besting his opponent on that flank duel. Did it in the prior round, does it again. And then immediately after that, when the Rolling Thunder came in,
Dreams are a funny thing.
opens the door, goes in with 2Es, able to fight the players on C that were forced back towards main because of the Rolling Thunder.
Oh, another huge fight there for Les. And again,
Enemy.
I mean, 100 Thieves is set up for a pretty powerful post-plant spot, right? They got the player inserted back towards Mound. They've also got one towards B main, so they can hear everything. They lose both those challenges.
Just a beautiful retake. Such coordination from Loud after Boostio worked them for the entire round. Got a free sight.
Again, 100 Thieves will continue to exploit the fact that Loud must spread somewhat thin. Instantly to the B side straight away. They have it under their control. Let's buy some spacing here with a Cyber Cage, but he's forced off by a Molly to some degree. Here's the Nightfall now coming out. That's a defender one. And Arsenal trying to get ahead of this util, but those paint shells were a problem. Boostio close with a Bucky. Yep, and that's sometimes how that weapon operates. Not reliable at that range. 100 Thieves get a fast hit towards B. They get a plant. And once again, Loud a clean on the retake.
The utility getting back in from them is beautiful. Back-to-back rounds now. Nightfall from Kalanzine. Sees, connects 2 players, center site. Nade comes in as well. Deals significant damage to them. Fast on the Flood.
And on defense, it feels like these rounds are worth 2 attacking rounds, right? That's how the map is. It can be really hard to defend this map adequately.
Yeah, with these traditional comps, has been attacker favored by the numbers. And it's forced 100 Thieves onto the timeout now. The pace, they've been mixing it up. Had a beautiful slow round that resulted in an even better retake from Loud.
Then a fast hit, right? With, again, slightly weaker weaponry, but they were, they suffer. The problem many teams have on this map is that they're just subject to so much of that retake utility in such an enclosed space. Even the paint shells, very lethal to hit by the Nightfall before the fact. And of course, that breach utility on the retake also a big problem for those defenders to handle. Tough to push off the sides deep in enemy territory on a map like Lotus, so you have to play off them to some degree. Really hard to do that on the B side.
Absolutely.
And against EG, they control Baby Door. They one-way smoke that off. They make it hard for the defenders to flood out from there. Couldn't stop Loud in that part of the map last round.
What a win for Loud this would be if they can take this last map. I mean, last game of the season, but the way it started on Ascent. Their map pick, losing 13-1. Crazy. What a comeback this would be from them. They've got the showstopper into this round in the hands of 2Es. Asuna, showstopper on the opposite side. If they can get into a side, Bang with that Viper's Pit to play with as well. So those are 2 fantastic tools for both breaching the site and then winning out the post plant.
At least forcing the defenders on C way back into halls, as is often the case. But it's tough to crack a site that's held by Pencata and Les. We've seen that narrative play out multiple times already on this 100 Thieves attacking side. Cleared the trip, and here goes Asuna straight through past the Cyber Cage. Fires that showstopper off pretty quick, one that Loud can avoid. Now Les and Pencata will be grouped up in halls. This will at least be applied on Asuna. It's set up though to push through this, take some spam, still able to find one. That's not bad considering. And a Viper's Pit for the post plant that Bang will occupy.
2Es showstopper of his own to get back in. Then there's that lockdown. Lots of delay from Boostio. Do Loud try and push regardless of it?
It's tough to find anything during that lockdown countdown. They have to respect it. And now they're really going to be on the clock. Kalanzine's at no risk of being caught. Gibby's well and truly away from the attackers, but showstopper now 2Es can only speculate. Fires it off into the Viper's Pit, doesn't find anything. EU descends upon Sarnak though. 2Es sees the traces come in from Cryo. Can't do anything about it, and there's no time for a defuse here for Loud. They want to contain 100 Thieves and strip these guns. Their economy hangs on a knife edge for the Thieves, but they're going to walk out essentially scot-free, getting into the lead.
Out of that timeout, opting to just go for the straight-up C hit, using that same pressure that they've been applying on their default to that side of the map where they show 4-player presence, taking mound control, but obviously this time they just instantly accelerate off of that typical round opening. Use the 2 ultimates they had available again. One to get in, one to close the round out.
They use 3. They even throw the lockdown into the mix.
Yeah, they do throw that in delayed.
So it's a big ult round for 100 Thieves.
Massive investment, no doubt. But a crucial round to win. Economy was on the line. Loud economy is obviously fantastic with that string of rounds that they've won, so they'll be buying back into this, buying back into the next with ease, even if they lose here. Now 100 Thieves that are back to the 4-1, taking mound control, same boombot, same utility from their side. Here comes the Prowler. We've seen this many rounds already, and now they're going to fall off.
Maybe you just ping back to another extremity, but Bang has made no progress on A. Pretty aggressive stance for Loud's players on that right-hand side of the map.
2 players from 100 Thieves shooting that Prowler there, so a fair bit of information gained for Loud as Bang pokes and prods towards Rubble. Now understands that it's under their control, so 100 Thieves, they want to accelerate.
Committing to the side, held by 3 players here. Risky business indeed. The ping there from the Horn is everything that Pancada needs to deal with Cryo. Yes can respond, but the spike now is on the wrong side of that Omen smoke. And slowly Loud is starting to drift across. They say B might be the only other option. And much of this is because Bang plays passively on A, can't win a 1v2 there.
Left.
We're running short on time. Great defensive efforts here from Loud. 4 defensive rounds, a great start for them if they can convert here, but they've done the hard work in this round.
Must actually adjusted that trip, took it away from Waterfall, placed it closer main. 100 Thieves will be routed with no time remaining.
2 years able to stand out of that haunt radius.
No reason for him to not chase 50.
Go for it.
Or 100 still in the bank. Going to get shut down by Bang. But the round is converted for Loud off that nice C anchoring. 100 Thieves unable to deal with the tripwires. They got incredible value for the defenders. The boombot didn't trigger that deep one. The other one was placed a little bit further back towards Waterfall.
And half the issue there is that Kawanzin is free to go and help out on that side. There's a Cypher Cam over at B, so plenty of early warning there for Loud if that's where 100 Thieves end up going. And again, they have the breach and the raise over at A. Bang cannot make any progress past that lurk wall.
They did have great information across the map. Once again, here is the 4-1 open from 100 Thieves. Orb going to be acquired by Austin, working towards another showstopper. Already just 3 away. Again, here is the boombot, here is the Prowler, but they're going to go in fast off the back of it, just switching up the pace. Pancada, again, this anchoring on C from Loud has been fantastic. Evened up by a spray through the wall.
Pancada, man, again. Satan Hall's able to find yet another. And now Kawanzin gets involved from Waterfall. Initially it was smoked off. That's what was sprayed through to find that first casualty on Loud side. Busio is making enough noise to wake the dead. He might be joining him in a moment. Prowler shot, Bang, steps up. Not quite able to get back around the corner though as Pancada finds his 3rd from his anchor position. He is so hard to dig out of the side. And now Busio's in a 1v2, tries to get ahead of the aftershock. Loud, man, they are rock solid on this C site.
The layers of their utility right now are excellent. It's just one piece of initiator util after the other. The Prowlers getting a lot of value, catching players out, gaining information to then trigger other utility off of. That one that was sent into Waterfall and then immediately combined just after. The fault line right there, that one that got triggered, that Pancada was then able to play off from Halls. Louder looking well regimented on this defense, and frankly, 100 Thieves are looking pretty one note.
You see that Pancada's such a problem on C. Now again, similar start to the round though. Once more, Loud will establish themselves here. A staging ground on A. Play from Rubble and refuse to give it up unless 100 Thieves give them a damn good reason.
Toxins going up.
Bang might opt to be a little bit more proactive towards C here, maybe to keep Kawanzin off, or rather to B, to keep Kawanzin off that C side. He's always so quick to rotate through Waterfall.
100 Thieves haven't tried to re-explore towards A in the mid-round in recent memory. Yeah. This is going to be the first time, and they're going to have Sadhak and 2Es to deal with.
Micro Prowler here. It took a lot to get 2 years and Sadhak to give this area up. Last time we had a mid-round exploration.
Yeah, just spraying off that fault line. Perhaps someone was stunned behind the wall. These two content blocking this down. Superior weaponry.
Lucio's contacting onto the C here. And here's 2 years now going to play from Rubble. Sadhak tries to flash to get him out. He was going to get pushed though by Cryo and Arsenal from both sides. Now we've got some step towards A. Sardak forced over to the B side now to wrap around to upper A, and a TP comes in from Pancada to get him where he needs to be.
The Loud side are ready to flood this. They are ready to fight, and Cowanson gets the first. Quick trade from Cryo into the 3-on-3.
Tree clear, but this is too slow from 100 Thieves now. Paranoia comes in from upper, and Les has a flank timing. Busio, no idea what hit him. Cryo has to reposition for a pop, but even that gets interrupted. Pancada's everywhere, man. He's in the walls.
That is fantastic from Loud. I love how they transitioned from that fight in A Rubble with Thieves and Sadhawk, where there was all that pressure on Loud's Raze player. He goes down. Sadhawk just falls away, doesn't try to trade that out. And they pivot instantly into this flood setup. Spike is tapped. They go in together.
The flank time.
Beautiful. Beautiful from them.
It forces Cryo to take a different planning position, further delaying it, also just putting him right in Pancada's sightline in drop. This is stunning defense from Loud.
There's that one-way smoke coming across from Pancada up into A main. Loud have dominated this side of the map the first time. Bang feels like it's time to explore. Punished by the Prowler, punished by Thieves.
But he has to do this. He has to do something to force Loud to stop stacking the B and C side of the map. No, he's just too good for this spot. No one can deal with Pancada in halls.
Asuna trying to recover this situation by using the showstopper, but look at Loud. They have retreated.
It gets him the space. Look at Loud, going to wrap around here through Mound.
But Loud are happy to give that space up because of the Nightfall. They can get right back in.
It's a masterclass from Pancada so far, but EU, sharp as they come. Takes a ton of damage from those paint shells, though, and Pancada loves to spray through this masonry. EU on his lone here. It's just far too much to ask. Another clean retake here from Loud. This time, happy to give up the C side as opposed to anchoring it. Coming back in with that Nightfall.
Pancada happy to give that diffuse over to Sadhawk. Make sure they have the Rolling Thunder for what will be the final round of this first half.
If this is an eight-round defense half, I don't see how 100 Thieves are supposed to get back into it.
I mean, brother, where has this Loud been? This is elite play from them.
And no one is going to complain about Duelist or lack thereof here, right? Thieves has done a great job. He hasn't seen much of the action, right? It's early play over towards A mostly, and Bang hasn't tested it. It's been the anchoring on C that's been so stellar.
100 Thieves want to explode out into A right now. Fight Thieves and Sadhawk, who've been just locking down this area of the map.
Here we go, double satchel for us, and it gets deep. Okay, Thieves challenges the wall. Rolling Thunder going to catch Arthur as he tries to get to Tree. Pass like ships in the night against Sadhawk with the guy. Is canny. He's going to get caught out though from Rubble. Cryo, who was stunned up, knew he had the drop on the breach at the very least, and Cowanson hopes to hold it down from Baby Door. But he can't lift that load. But guess who?
Down A.
Your literal nightmare. Pancada explodes there from Tree, and now things get slowed up for 100 Thieves. Return to repost this angle. Bang is on the other side of a smoke here from Cryo.
And the world champ Pancada looks just unstoppable right now. Look at the form that he's in.
Pancada here from stairs, still. It's the loose end of Bang that's playing through from Baby Door right now. Very non-committal setup for 100 Thieves on the side. We're checking Tree. It gets cancelled as Cryo had already pushed ahead of it. Time is short now. Les has to take this fight from Drop, and he might have a timing through the smoke. Yes! Cryo down. It's got to be all up to Bang. Mirok, they're going to reveal the position of this Viper now and make it a 1 versus 1 as Bang looks to take the timing. Les on the defuse and sprayed down. 100 Thieves come up for air at the end of the half.
With a last-second adjustment, just going for that all-out A brawl. They hadn't tested Thieves and Sadhawk at that area of the map like that. One single time during the half. They mix things up at the very end to get a 5th on the board. Decent enough to win, but you're certainly hoping for more on the favorite side on Lotus. Certainly the favorite side with these traditional meta comps of the year. Loud. They look elite right now, man. The play, the pivots around those post plants, the way they set up around their ultimates to get in on the retakes, setting up their floods. Oh my God, man, it is fantastic to see them like this.
Takes a fast hit from 100 Thieves to finally break the drought here, get into 5 rounds at the half. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we return, Lotus will continue the final map in this series, a decider between Loud and 100 Thieves.
Ready to fight. ready to fight. Ready to fight. Fight.
All right, so we have a Loud that is fighting back and trying to get that map win, and I will unpack that later. Let's go ahead, though, and dive in while you hold your egg, Bala, because there was, it was very clear. Loud had them figured out on so many of these retakes.
Yeah, it was actually getting ridiculous. The amount of times that 100 Thieves hit that C site. And then there was this one. In my opinion, this was the turning point of the game. It felt like 100 Thieves was really finding something. Then this breach ult came in. They got caught. They got pinched by the door. Thieves with a fantastic play through Mound as well. And ever since then, I think 100 Thieves kept going for that C site, and they kept running into this fantastic retaking from Loud.
Yeah, I think the only time we really didn't see them go for that retake was on, or excuse me, a C hit was on Ecos, and they were certainly trying to explore the beginning, the other side of the map at the beginning of the rounds, but it really was primarily C, and you're right, there was some success at the beginning, but once Loud had a better idea of what they were trying to do, they were just
defensive effort from this team. They've given themselves now a foothold to close the map in series.
And a win here from 100 Thieves would potentially move them up a few places in the rankings. Completely change the seedings for playoffs. And for Loud, they have never not finished as the top Brazilian team in the world in any league that they've played in. And if they lose here, it would be the first time that that occurs, that Furia would pass them.
Got the spike. Strong start to the year for Loud, but they really petered out as time went on. Looking for answers. QCK wasn't it. They bring Pancada back in, and in this game he's had massive impact.
Bring them down.
Playing back on that C side, always finding one or two every time the attackers came knocking. This time it is Loud who knocks. 3 players ready here on the C side for this push. Kawanzi wants to move up briefly. Decade, but wants to step forward regardless. It's going to be EU who meets him at Waterfall. Rustio steps down, finds the head of Tuyas.
Look at Les, he slipped through past the cage.
I don't know if that's the timing he's going to be ready for. And no, they're not. Les gets in to the cookie jar, and now it's going to be Arsena from Waterfall waiting at least for some backup. Still no plant yet, the 2v2. And Carter definitely needs to fear some spam.
And look at Les continuing to push so aggressively.
Means Pancada has to be that much safer for now. He manages to take them. Les now is going to be smoked off. That dissipates though, and he's able to find a kill instantly. Cryo now looks to re-smoke it. Camera's only going to see the dark cover, but he has a good idea of where Cryo's playing from. Gets it to half. 8 health on Les, just 8. Cryo gives it another tap. Into the smoke we go. And it's going to be Cryo that shuts him down. Under Thieves give themselves the tools to get back in the game.
Oh my god. We were about to witness the Les masterclass on that clutch. Oh my god. He was so smooth working around the map there. That moment, it's just, he slips through the cage that was placed on the right. Bustio, none the wiser, gets all the way backside. What an effort from Loud Sentinel.
Against the kind of role in which Cryo not always able to have the same level of impact on the game as like a Jet Ascent, of course, where he was 15 and 17 and 0 or something like that. Here, more of a role player, but does his job there.
Fault line ready to fight for C fast, and control will be taken by Loud. Throw that orb over to Thieves, work towards the showstopper, which has significant influence on your ability to win attack rounds, to take sites on Lotus, one of the pivotal ultimates that we have in play.
Ricardo might look to test the hold over at B. A pretty default defensive setup now with those 2 players really wanting to stake their claim to rubble. Arsena and Cryo willing to spend for it too. Paint Shell gets him across the line. Arsena tries to chase, and this is going to force Loud off of the A for now.
And Arsena will be rotating off as well. And sent Loud back towards main, yeah. Thieves trying to take advantage of this. 100 Thieves certainly going to be aware that it's a possibility.
Boostio trying to check the extremities of that smoke. Doesn't spot 2 years, but he gives himself away by blowing up that alarm bot. And Boostio shuts him down instantly. Cryo waiting and gets caught. Still though, Cryo found 2 kills there over towards A while we were watching the action at C, so and Sardak was all on his lonesome. It's an even game, folks.
100 Thieves not taking a whole lot of damage on that round. Can buy up around some of those rifles. It was Cryo here. He just pushed forward. Fought those loud players with the lesser weaponry. Get some pretty easy kills on the board. And now this is the important round for Loud, of course. Fully bought up economy on the line against 100 Thieves. Bonus.
Pretty hefty bonus too.
The Thieves look to fight early towards A. There's going to be that fast paranoia. Forces back the Loud players. Space will be gained from 100 Thieves. Loud on a fast pivot to B.
He got spotted there, I think, by the Horn. Very quickly getting past the smoke at Baby Door, but might be forced back behind it here. 2 years low! Oh, God, inside Nanoswarm. Eventually goes down, but the rest of the story's been good so far for Loud hitting this B site. Arslan, though, has responded. He's got there, and he catches less as they try and make a flood out through the door.
Still have to deal with Boostio here.
Alarm bot goes off. Another Nanoswarm pop to maybe throw the attackers off. Killed it. What a wide, aggressive swing. Ends up giving his life for free. Cryocells has an early ultimate here after that spree in the previous round, but it's no good to him here.
Look at the HP on these remaining Loud players. So low.
They want to fight at the same time, but Cow and Zine can take the fight individually. They were low, but not low enough, apparently.
Loud are able to just pick them apart piece by piece at the very end there. Pivoting so swiftly across the map. Starting all the way towards a little bit of A pressure, then into B, then taking the door to C. I mean, if there's one thing you can trust EU to do, it's throw down a well-placed C's that's going to combo with another piece of utility. I mean, 100 Thieves, they are one of the best, maybe the best team with that. EU is the best at syncing up those C's to get kills.
So you still got to kill through smoke, despite being seized and naded.
Where are you?
Here we go. Now it's 100 Thieves with their economy on the line. Loud taking that slim lead, 8-7, but a win here could put them all the way up to 10.
Arsenal had to fight to get back in Baby Door there. The weapons aren't great for 100 Thieves this round.
Pretty bad. All things considered, just a stinger, at least for Austin's sake. He has the showstopper, Boostio as the judge, and we'll just be anchoring the C site with that. And with that in play, 100 Thieves are going to opt to rotate towards the other areas of the map.
Boostio playing in such a position on C that could make use of a smoke thrown by the attackers to spring forth with that judge.
Zine has rotated towards C.
That's a kill through door, I think.
Yeah, great first kill from Pancata, taking a little bit of damage.
They might insert him here. He lingers towards rubble, but the intention's on C now for sure.
Yeah, they had some options open there, but with Pancata getting that kill, they're going to fall back to C. Cowanzine maybe considering sending in a Prowler as a fake while the rest of the team goes A. Not going to be the case, but they'll have to deal with Boostio close. He still has that judge, and time is dwindling.
Gets into the cyber cage, he wants the fight. Showstopper now as well, more pause for thought for the attackers! Judge Fury! Boostio looking for that third. 2 judge kills as the attackers filter on in. And Nanoswarm here to slow things up. Boostio looking for the executioner, and he found it.
10 seconds left.
It's all up to Sardak, seized up now. No chance to really plant here. Time ticking down, and he really doesn't have an opportunity. Back and forth rounds here. It's an even game once more.
Time just dwindled so low for Loud. And Boostio close up with the judge, lying in wait the entire time, was playing the same angle all round long towards C.
Boostio, of course, with the judge here is a big problem. Stood inside the cyber cage, caught 2 on the way in, and find third after. Not bad for a pretty awkward buy for 100 Thieves.
No, not bad at all. Even at the very end there was another perfectly placed seized with a molly from the Viper. That would have shut down Sodhawk had you not found the kill. Loud gets some fast control towards A. 100 Thieves are posted up passively on their anti-eco.
Cryer tried to play the 10 spot there, but was forced down by the fault line and flash util. It's EU finding 2 important ones now.
One enemy remaining.
Loud out of options here. 100 Thieves economy still a little shaky. You can see the Bulldogs and the Judge still brought into this round.
Won't be too shaky after this unless Les makes a little bit of magic happen. 100 Thieves are down to just go run around the map and, oh my God, hunt him down.
Not bad. It's a start. Getting a little...
Oh my God!
Bucio eventually shuts him down. Awkward though for 100 Thieves. And let that kind of player like Les off the leash, it can be an issue. But not enough to scupper the plans of these Thieves as they're looking for smooth sailing. The economy now shored up. Lockdown. Nightfall available for them. That little emergence there from EU and bang out of Baby Doll was big.
Loud opting to take a timeout as they head into a round where they're going to be fully buying out. Have two significant ultimates in their repertoire with Sadhak having the Rolling Thunder. Thieves has the showstopper when we get back into the swing of things.
A big ultimate round and definitely an inflection point in this second half. Loud have enough to mostly buy rifles. Sadhak can do so, but can only get half armor. But that's as good as it gets here. Loss here for Loud, though. I mean, a win in this round for 100 Thieves is as good as 2. So expect to see some of these ultimates leveraged to secure it. Neither side looking to take any risks here now. We are in a crucial phase of Lotus.
And when we get back into this as well, take note of 100 Thieves side where they have the Nightfall and the Lockdown. That gives them the opportunity to play for a very fast flood, get back in while the spike is going down with the Nightfall perhaps, or just go for a big set retake with the Lockdown. They've got options. As early on now, Loud want to go fight towards A. Maybe a Paranoia to deal with. But it doesn't look like it. Cryo, he's in position to throw the one-way towards C side right now, so Loud should be able to get out with relative ease.
Fault line came out.
They do just that.
Cryo sat back behind that pillar. Pancata ready for it. So the defensive Viper wall thrown up here. Loud will now have to speculate for the next few moments. Prowler will go through, sees Arsena. And here it comes, the showstopper for Thieves as he rounds the corner. He'll catch Cryo at the very least. Arsena also forced out of position by that aftershock. But he's back again. Finds a decent timing. Neural Theft though in play. Les reveals all of 100 Thieves' setup. We thought we'd see a big ult round. We've seen 2 here for Loud. That might have been enough to get the job done. Only Boostio remains, yes, with the lockdown, but really no reason to throw that in here. Expect to see the game equalized once more.
He might find a reason to use it with these players so low. Could find a first pick, could find an opportunity to maybe go for that risk.
Loud ping in the sight. Boostio does draw out the fault line, but is hit by it unless has the wrap timing.
That was crazy that he was aware of that angle from Pancata. Crosshair ready for him to be up high. You can really see the contrast between these two teams' approach to the defense. We're Loud, we're taking space, but we're happy to give it up and then pivot into fast floods or sometimes those big retakes. In the case of 100 Thieves, they are just ready to scrap it out and fight for each other, swing in super aggro, try to rotate to fight for each other. That round does not pay off like it did in the prior before the timeout. Like you said, look at the state of the ultimates, none used, all still in play.
So Neural Theft and Showstopper from Loud that previous round. They'll be happy with it. They've broken the economy of 100 Thieves now. A round that may be worth 2. Just behind that tree is Arsena, playing a dangerous game. The moving up to more effective range for that Bulldog. This time though, 100 Thieves don't scrap out on Rubble.
And in the meantime, 100 Thieves have 2 players towards B and C, just jump spotting, so they're content stacking up here, but Thieves with that first.
EU plays up close with the Stinger, now going to be Cryo getting challenged directly. 3 for 2 years. Still 5 points of health to work with, and into the back of A they go. Les can post up here and upper. Over challenges a little bit there, and Bang can fell him. They're going to Rolling Thunder if needed. Loud have the tools for a retake.
And Les going down actually gives these 100 Thieves players an opportunity to win this with that rifle recovered as well, because he was pushed up so far. 2E's weak, but Sadhak, that Rolling Thunder could be the nail in the coffin.
Again, Boostio draws out the fault line. Pancata swings the Viper Spinner now. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Boostio can't get around it. He thought he might be able to sidestep it. Boy, was he wrong.
the perfect ultimate for that situation to lock things up for Loud, get their 10th on the board. As we head towards the close of this game, the closing of Loud's season, trying to end things out on a high note, get one final win against a 100 Thieves side who have just been one of our best teams from Americas all year.
The team that knocked them out of contention for Stage 1 playoffs, no less.
And it was that win that started that run for 100 Thieves where they just lit the entire region on fire, were unstoppable in the Stage 1 playoffs. It started with that crushing victory over Loud. A little bit of revenge to cap off the year for them, perhaps.
They went on to beat Leviathan, then G2. Felt like they were top of the world. Then we sent them off, of course, to Shanghai, and the reality set in. Some real stiff competition internationally. I'm sure in the back of their minds, 100 Thieves are considering that here as well. If they want to have another bite at that apple, they need to get through the rest of this region. This is not the kind of game that puts you on a strong footing heading into the playoffs. It would secure 100 Thieves as the 6th seed. So the bottom, I guess, of the table in terms of the teams that make it into playoffs. And I would not qualify this as peaking at the right time. Or peaking at all, really.
And it looked like they would be after map 1, but here we are. 100 Thieves losing their own pick in bind. Now on the cusp of losing Lotus to allow that look rejuvenated. That was Zix taking the timeout for 100 Thieves, headed into a crucial buy round, multiple ultimates, but more importantly, their economy is on the line here. A win for Loud could get them right at the finish line.
Something 100 Thieves did on defense against EG was give up the map a lot. Something they haven't done here against Loud, and often this fighting at Rebels backfire for them. So this round, they take a more passive approach.
Out of this timeout for the first time, 100 Thieves playing very aggro towards the seaside. Look at the space that Cryo and Bang have taken there. Well, this side is just littered with KJ utility.
And Paranoid, though, comes in as Loud look to make this hit happen. 2 years, pretty big amount of damage taken now, and audacious plant out in the open. They thought they had it covered, but Busio was all over it, baby. 3 with the Guardian. The lockdown helps them get in. Now Les and Pancada on the outside looking in. They're about to get squeezed. Presence coming in here from A-Long. Pancada can run and gun for 1. But that'll be the defuse. Around 1 here for 100 Thieves. Again, we are tied up.
Such an intelligent round coming out of that timeout from Coach Zix. I love the way they play that, just pushing down C, trying to take the space, and once they realized that Loud weren't there, that they were shepherding them into this A site. Busio, lockdown comes through. Then he cleans them all up himself. But even if he didn't, look at these positions from 100 Thieves. With Cryo and Bang coming back from Rubble side, they would have had those remainder of the Loud players completely encircled.
Cryo can keep doing that as well. He has that ultimate to TP and even get involved in the fight after playing deep on the extremity. Cryo's at mouth, so he definitely is committed to some degree, but a quick TP out and he'll be safe.
And that was also just 100 Thieves out of the timeout, recognizing Loud's tendencies over the past few rounds, their willingness to play with several players towards a push up into Rubble early, and now again fighting towards C. Cryo finding another first kill.
And he refreshes that one way that Les straight up disrespects. So now 100 Thieves have shut down that early C probe, and they have info of this side of the map.
Contacting towards A, Busio's turret taking contact for the defense, broken by Sadak.
Asna throws the paint shells, which does connect with Sadak, takes him down to 72. Okay, nice swing from 2 is he getting onto the side, and Asna falls down in tree. 4 up now for Loud for this post plant.
Oh, Pancada gets another just fighting stairs. Mechanics looking so strong from him right now.
It's going to be up to EU and Bang here to salvage this one. Haymakers getting thrown by both teams. Bang's timing from stairs. Maybe not expecting that right side angle. Pancada's been playing it consistently in the post plant though. He's going to challenge it. Comes off second best. Pancada, man. Hasn't lost his edge at all. And that EU is going to have to slink away. There's no other choice. Look at the money for 100 Thieves. Keeping a gun here means that they can still buy.
Absolutely, just going to play for his life. Loud contacting up even after losing the first player. Those 2 initial duels taken, just snappy headshots, finding entries onto the site. Pure individuality from their side.
It's Sadak and Tuyas, right? They just take single fights, win them both out.
And what a juxtaposition, perhaps closing out this game with moments like that. Pure individuality, just swings like that from Tui's. Kawanzin taking the duel. given where they started in this series, unable to get a kill on Cryo a single time on Ascent for how many rounds? Could not win a single duel there. Now looking like this.
Loud now, with those 11 rounds in hand, and a healthy buy. 100 Thieves again, they don't look to fight too doggedly here for this A side of the map. Look, Asuna does show with a shoulder peek. And rinse and repeat for Loud. Scaling up here on this A side.
Yeah, they've done this many times already. We saw 100 Thieves out of the timeout, prepared for this, trying to counter this.
Pings towards that box there that Cryo had been set up on. This round, though, he's double faced up with Asuna on the side.
This time it's much more passive from 100 Thieves, waiting to be able to play off of that wall again. Asuna breaking that Prowler. Things really stalling out on the A side. Neither team willing to give up too much. It's a game of info as the boombox goes out as well. Another Prowler broken.
Loud are adamant about this. They don't want to ping off to the other side of the map here. Door's thrown open. Asuna will go to check it. Just gives the shoulder again.
They're being so patient and they're draining so much utility from the defensive side. Look at EU, no Cs, no Prowlers.
But that's not the only thing that's drained. Time is getting short now, 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
TP for Cryo for some info. Actually sees less at Mound, so they can't be sure. Here comes the A push. Nightfall's going to catch onto all four of these players. Cowan's catches Asuna first. It's the second round, and they're always lost out inside tree. They need him to be dominant. EU, though, takes care of 2 years. Playing from upper, so important after Cryo got caught mid-TP there. And Bang finds success at B. Now they're playing to encircle Loud. Far from a guarantee.
It's Pancada and Sadhawk, two of the original members of this team. The Champions winners.
And Bang and Boostio have to put it together. They are awful short on time.
Right there.
No real util to speak of, and just a bulldog for Boostio. Loud can now pair themselves up here in tree and allow the game to come to them. Viper's pick going to be thrown down here as Boostio gives it a tap instantly. Now can play through the Viper util. Here goes Boosty! No good, Pancada. 2 cannon to be shut down. Bang thought to stick it, but no, it's not to be. Loud get themselves to match point.
They're on the cusp of getting a last-second win in the VCT this year, ending things off on a high note after what's been a tumultuous season. A good one to go home on if they can close this out.
The Viper's pit, that's a scary prospect here, but such a cool, calm and collected approach here from the 2 veterans, the 2 world champions.
Crazy to see a 2v2 with 3 world champions in the mix to close out that round.
That's Americas, baby. Just a flashpoint here to get Loud forward. No pop on their defensive Viper wall yet, and EU's on the other side of the door. It might be a faster hit here for Loud. Money not good for 100 Thieves. They're in the doldrums and they're scraping together what they can to keep this game alive.
Tui's about to get the showstopper because of that orb.
Oh man, this angle's been so good for Les and Loud in general, but Asuna wants to try and make something happen with the judge. It's 1. Sardak steps up, but he's still flashed by the paranoia. And now the new rule theft for Les is going to make it even worse. 100 Thieves laid bare. Flank timing for Boostio, going to be spotted out early by that util, and EU is going to do it all. Against 4. He's been incredible this season. A big part of the reason why 100 Thieves are in these playoffs. But against an already eliminated team, 100 Thieves are going to pull up short. Pancada and Les might swing this at the same time. And it's Loud that exit Americas with a roar. Head held high. After the light had gone out their eyes midway through the season, they bounce back and remind us what they're capable of.
I mean, not only at the middle of the season, at the beginning of this match, Ascent was a brutal loss for Loud. 13-1. And then immediately coming back in, winning the map pick, of their opponent, Bind, where 100 Thieves had been dominant in the past, but are slipping. They are falling off from the level they used to be at. Loud exploit that. And then on the Lotus, they just looked so regimented on defense. I loved Sadhawk's calling, how they were pivoting away from taking some of those initial fights into playing for very fast floods with their breach. Oftentimes then instead also setting up big retakes. What a great way to end this year for Loud. It's been tough, but it's nice to see them go out on a solid win. Remind us that they do still have it. When you're watching Pancata play like that, he's still got it. He's still the world champion.
That guy sat on the bench for most of the season, looking on, not having an opportunity to show what he's made of, but he ends this game at 24 kills, 11 deaths, 306 ACS.
Crazy.
On the map of Lotus. Literally, the immovable object on that seaside defense. And when it came time to go on the attack side, man, the guy really had what it took.
It's kind of beautiful and poetic in a way to see that on this last map, the win, the top 3 players for ACS in the server, Pancata, Sodhawk, Les, the world champion trio, the original members of Loud, stepping up to cross the finish line against 100 Thieves that continue to just raise question marks for the viewers, for the fans. I don't know what to think of this team headed into playoffs. They have had some great moments in stage 2, but highs and lows, that phrase doesn't say enough to how odd it's been for them coming off of such an incredible peak in the stage 1 playoffs. And then Shanghai, they did well, and now I just don't even know what to think about this squad heading into playoffs.
Yeah, and not long until playoffs. They don't have a ton of time to get ready for that. A lot of work to do, but let's send it for now over to Spix down on the stage for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you very much, Uber, and congratulations, Cow and Zine, as we see Loud take down 100 Thieves 2-1. Cow and Zine, let's talk immediately about what we just saw. First map definitely didn't go your way. It was definitely a rough loss, 13-1, but completely changing things around on their map pick, on their map pick bind that they're so good on. Talk to us about that change in mentality that led you guys to win binds and then the last map as well.
Vamos falar sobre o que acabou de acontecer, né? Vocês perderam o primeiro mapa, mas aí no bind, que era o pique deles, vocês conseguiram pegar o mapa e conseguiram levar também o último. Qual foi a mudança do mindset para vocês?
Cara, acho que o principal mindset foi que... Até peço perdão pro Thieves, ninguém tava entrando com o Thieves na Ascent, tá ligado? Aí a gente falou assim, pô, mano, só o Thieves tá entrando, o cara tá morrendo sozinho, coitado. Aí a gente começou a entrar com ele, começou a fazer uma entry junto com ele. E as coisas fluíram. Acho que o principal mindset foi esse, tipo, o Thieves tava entrando sozinho no bomb, tava morrendo e round acabava, tá ligado? Então agora a gente tá entrando todo mundo junto.
I think the main reason, the main change was really going with Thieves into the bomb site, because we were leaving him alone and he was dying over and over again. So I'm sorry, Thieves, we did that to you. But when he changed that, things started going our way.
I love that you mentioned Thieves, because obviously that was also a recent change with him now on Duelist. You and the team have been through a lot, trying out a bunch of different things. And though we didn't get to see Thieves on Duelist for too long, we got to see him perform very well today. How do you feel about all the changes that you've gone through and how Thieves has done?
Falando sobre o Thieves, né, a gente tá acompanhando a mudança dele para duelista. Claro que a gente não pôde ver muito disso, mas a gente tá ansioso para ver como é que essa mudança toda, como é que ela te afeta.
Cara, acho que a gente demorou pra se encaixar no ano, a gente tava mudando tudo, mudando em GL, mudando composição, mudando função de jogadores, e acho que hoje a gente se encaixou um pouco, a gente conseguiu performar bem, mas acho que faltou muito essa identidade mesmo pra gente. A gente tá sempre querendo mudar alguma coisinha e a gente não tinha a própria identidade. Agora eu acho que a gente criou a nossa própria identidade, pena que acabou, né?
Yeah, I think what we were missing was us finding this new identity. So we were changing roles, changing comps, changing even the IGL. I feel like we are getting there. We're finding this new identity, but we can't show anymore this year.
That makes a lot of sense. We've heard a lot from Sadak about how difficult this year has been. He's been very, very transparent about all of it, but I would love to hear a little bit more from you as well. You shared a little bit just now, but talk to us about the journey that this team has been on this year and the ups and downs.
Fala um pouco da gente sobre você, o seu ponto de vista sobre essa jornada que o time teve esse ano com tantos altos e baixos.
Cara, acho que o principal problema foi esse mesmo que eu acabei de falar. Tipo, a gente não tinha a nossa identidade e acho que isso dificultou muito o nosso jogo. Mas eu acho que foi um ano bom, aprendi muita coisa esse ano. A gente começou bem jogando o Kickoff, né? Se eu não me engano, a gente chegou na final no Kickoff. Depois a gente foi pro Master Madrid, ficamos em 4 no Master Madrid. Acho que a gente se perdeu um pouco no meio do ano, mas eu tô feliz porque a gente aprendeu muita coisa esse ano, principalmente eu.
Yeah, I think we learned a lot this year, especially me. We started really well with the kickoffs, made to the final, we made to Madrid. But I think one of the main reasons things were not working the rest of the year was really trying to find their identity, like I said.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, as always, and congrats again on the win over 100T. We are going to be right back, but when we do so, it's a matchup you do not want to miss. Sentinels versus G2. See you there.
Line's been drawn. They're picked to pieces.
Cloud9 are so good.